Good morning and welcome back to another edition of Yoga for Dads. This is Dalton Johnson, and our goal here is to make it so you get to play with your kids for as long as possible. So, this is the morning edition. It's just a morning flow, a quick little 10 to 15 minute like body up and get yourself ready for the day. So, I highly suggest every morning starting to dedicate 10 minutes to just loosening your body up, only because what that will do for you in the long run is that not only will you be loosening your body up every morning, but it'll also be allowing your body to strengthen in places that you haven't been used to, and the dedication to it daily will help you out. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start off in the box position. So that just means your hands and knees. So starting here, we're going to start with some cat-cows. So inhale when you'll arch your back, and then exhale going this way. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Alright, now push up into your downward dog. And since this is supposed to be for the morning, just feel it out. Walk it out, like pulse your feet back and forth, and make sure that you're starting to feel pretty good. You can do a little twists and turns. But the goal is to just be able to have a nice bit of movement early in the morning. Also, as we're like this in downward dog, it's a little bit of inversion, so you'll feel a little bit of blood going to your head, and that's actually going to be good in the morning because it's going to allow for your heart to start pumping in a different manner. Okay, swing your left leg through, bring your right knee down, arms to the sky. On this, we're really just pushing our hips in so that we can get a nice hip opener. Back down, downward dog, to a forward plank, chaturanga, come back through, downward dog. Now swing the right leg up, bring it through, put the left knee down, same deal, bring your arms up, big inhale, big exhale. Every time you take a big exhale, try to be moving forward with those hips, but also make sure that your knee never goes in front of your toes. If you're like this, like that, you're actually going to be hurting your knee. So make sure that your knee stays just slightly in front of your ankle. Go back to a plank. We'll hold here for 3 breaths. Chaturanga, which is just like a fancy push-up, and then go into upward dog, back down, do child's pose. During child's pose, it's a good opportunity to be kind of lengthening the lower back, and also as you try to lengthen that lower back, the best way is to think about pushing your hips in that direction, like backwards, and trying to get it down, get your butt down onto your heels. Back up into your box. Now we're just going to get a little playful, and you're just going to raise one arm to the sky, back down, raise the other one to the sky. And we'll just go back and forth 5 times on each side. Okay, now just a wiggle off to the left, a wiggle off to the right. And all we're doing here is just loosening up the muscles that we'll be using in the day. And this is just going to be key for us to just have an increased mobility over time. Okay, so push to a downward dog. Walk your hands to your feet as slowly as possible. And now what we're going to do is we're going to come to a halfway lift. All the way down. Go all the way to the top. Going one vertebrae at a time. Very slowly. Keeping the neck down. All the way to the top. Raise your hands to the sky. Bring your arms back, interlace behind your back. If you can't interlace behind your back, grab a towel or take off your shirt and use your shirt, something of that sort. And all you're going to do is push downwards. And as you push down, open your chest. And lean forward. This really opens up the shoulders. And then you can go a little bit of a twist either direction. It's all up to you. Whatever feels good. Then let go. Go all the way up. We'll go into what's called a chair pose. So from here, all you're doing is kind of doing a fancy squat, but you're going to put your arms out and to hopefully have that in line with your head. And we'll hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All the way down. Step back into your plank. Do a chaturanga. Upward facing dog. To a down dog. Kick your left leg up and forward. Right knee down. We'll stay here for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Kick that back. Chaturanga, upward facing dog. That leg to the sky. Come through. Again, we'll be here for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pushing back. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward dog. Go to our box. And now we're going to do some cat cows. Inhale. Exhale. Cat. Inhale. Cow. Exhale. Cat. Inhale. Cow. Big exhale. The cat. Now push up into your downward dog. So now we just did a nice little bit of a flow. And now what we're going to do is just do a little bit of softer work that's focused solely on just increasing mobility and helping your body move throughout the day based on places that are tight for typical dads. Okay, so what we're going to do is raise your left leg to the sky, and now you'll bring it down and through. to pigeon. And so if you're in this position and you're like, wow, this is already too much, then I'm going to suggest that you actually just go on your back and you go into what's called figure four, which just means you take your leg and you put it your ankle to your knee, and then you lift up the other leg and you pull in. And you should be feeling the stretch around your glutes and also the inside of your hip. For those of you who go, wow, I can go into this position and it feels pretty good, then this is a great place to start. If you're here and you're like, wow, I have like a foot to the ground, grab a pillow or grab a blanket or grab something that you can just stuff under here. If you have a big jacket, put your jacket there. But the goal is to be able to get your glutes to the ground. But the goal takes some time. So sometimes you're up high, sometimes you're not. So let's continue being here for another count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then to get out of this safely, there's 2 options. You can either, if you have the strength, you can just like kick up and come out. If you don't have the strength and you're worried about your knee, just sit down, sit up, and then you can like come around and then go into all fours, go back into your downward dog. Okay, right leg to the sky, bring your right knee forward. Again, if this is too much for you, I'd suggest going into a figure 4 on your back, which just means you lay on your back and then you would take your right knee up, and then from there what you'll do is you'll put your right ankle on your left knee and then bring that to your body. Otherwise, we're going to stay in pigeon. Once again, if you need to stuff something underneath this right side to make it so that your butt isn't floating up in the sky, feel free. Let's go 2 more breaths. Alright, perfect. Now come around safely. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to put our feet straight out, and then as we have our feet straight out, we're just going to lean forward. And what we're doing with this is we're actually going to drop every bit of our spine slowly. So think of it as like your entire back is full of little vertebrae, which are just like, imagine rocks like stacked on top of each other with like a bunch of gooey stuff in the middle. And so all you're going to do is you're just going to take your head and slowly bring it down. Once you've gone past the point that your neck can go, start curling your back. And if you feel some tightness, that's okay. Just like wiggle your shoulders a little bit, like wiggle your neck, and it'll start to loosen things up. But the goal is for it not to be painful. So just keep wiggling and it'll help you out. And then start stacking those vertebrae back up. Okay. And we're going to do 2 more of those, and then we'll be done with the video. sure you're exhaling on the way down. If you want to throw some extra twists in there, feel free. Stack back up. If you'd like, we can go into, you can go into into Shavasana. And so what that means is that you just lay down, and it's very healthy. It allows all of the ligaments that you just stretched out to lengthen and to fall flat based on the ground. So if you'd like to do that, I highly encourage it. Otherwise, thank you for visiting and watching another episode of Yoga for Dads. I am Dalton Johnson, and I look forward to the next time that we get to spend together. I hope you enjoy your day and go play with